Hello guys and welcome to Watching Time. Today we're going to review one of the new 2020 releases from Bell & Ross. This is a limited edition that they tend to use and to do usually on their watches. A limited edition Bell & Ross of 999 pieces. They really like this number, and it's their BR03 diver watch in bronze case with a blue, obviously, bezel and a strap. So Bell & Ross have been doing, I think, a pretty nice work in producing watches for the last couple of 20 years or so. And I think it's interesting as a brand because they have managed themselves to differentiate in a very big market, concentrating themselves in doing pilot inspired and instrument inspired watches. They have become quite emblematic, quite unique, and they give to their customers something totally new. So as you know, they also have a new model, which is the BR05, which actually looks kind of a hybrid Frankenstein between a Royal Oak and a Nautilus. Uh, I, I like them more when they are doing instrument washes. Why? Because that's their characteristic. Going away from that, it's not Bell and Ross, from my opinion. This is just my opinion. Or doing round watches, normal round watches that are very nice, very well done. I had the chance to see their latest chrono in bronze, and it's a beautiful watch. But at the end of the day, it's the same as a Breitling, it looks the same as other watches, so you are not really, I don't feel like I'm getting a Bell & Ross. I feel like I'm getting something else. And for a brand, I think that's a big mistake. You should keep to what makes you different instead of trying to get customers from other areas. At the end, you will probably gain a little bit on a number of people, but you're going to lose at the end on who recognizes the brand. So I decided to buy this new limited edition. I really like Bell & Ross. I had already two in my collection of the classic BR03. The BR01, they are too big. They are just too big for my wrist. This is a 42 millimeter, but being itself a square watch, it wears much, sorry guys, I moved the camera. It wears much bigger. So at the end, you feel like you have a very big piece, and this is not for everyone. They have in their line the BRS. The BRS is quite smaller. I had one in the past. For my wrist, it was too small, and I didn't like how it looked. So for my wrist, the most particular edition is the BR3, especially the diver, and I will explain you why. So first of all, this has also a uniqueness in terms of diver watches, and that's that this is the only divers square watch around. No other company is doing square watches as divers. So this is something that we can recognize also to Bell & Ross in this case. So I'm going to try to show you better the watch. First of all, we start with the case. As you can see, it's solid bronze. I think it's Cousin 8. You have in this case, the crown that is protected. So this is what they're introducing their diver watches. It's rubber taper here, so it's actually much easier to adjust. You have an aluminum bezel. This is not ceramic, but it's pretty well executed with gold markers on it. Inside you have a matte blue dial with a golden kind of bronze markers with luminova that is pretty good at night. As you can see, the bezel movement is solid. It's a 60 click bezel. It's not 120. Very little, almost none backdraw, and it works and sounds pretty great. So they nail it quite good. Sapphire crystal glass. On the back you have obviously the numbers, the limited edition, blah blah blah, and you have this beautiful diver with this kind of water waves. I think it's pretty nice. I prefer looking at the movement, but obviously in the case of Bell & Ross, They don't have in-house movements, and you will, in this case, find a Celita SW300. So not much to see, but even when there is not much to see in terms of innovation, I like seeing the mechanism. So, but in this case, I think it's pretty nice also to have that customization. So the watch, as the Bell and Ross divers do, they usually come on this water-resistant plastic box, and it comes with two straps in this case. This plastic rubber strap, which is quite comfortable to wear, and there is also a brown and blue leather, brown in the inside, blue on the outside, which is perfect for winter. So right now, it's summer, I keep it in the rubber strap, and there is also this bronze clasp. So let's see how it wears. Here, as you can see, I have my beautiful Pelagos. I really love this watch. One of the best Tudor watches in terms of what it offers for the money. And as you can see, it wears, this is a 19 centimeters almost wrist. It's a little bit less, but as you can see, it wears quite flat at the end. The 42 millimeters, they wear high, and it's a big watch in your wrist, but in a 19, 18 centimeters wrist, it looks okay. I had this try to one of my friends that has a 16 centimeters wrist, and actually something funny happened. It's somehow, and this is also what I like this model in particular, the Bell & Ross normal BR03, usually they look quite big, and they look quite big because in the dial you have the whole dial that takes all the space, so the watch looks bigger. Here, having the bezel, the watch looks smaller. So the actual space that the watch occupies is smaller, and it gives you the effect like the watch is not as big. The second nice effect is the bronze case. Not being a stainless steel or a black ceramic, actually, it kind of mimetizes itself with the skin of the person that it's wearing. My friend has whiter skin, I'm more bronze, suntan, so even in a whiter tone of skin, the bronze contrast makes it a little bit like the case disappears. So I think this is an excellent choice if you want to have something different in your collection, if you want to have a watch that is quite nice and that people will recognize, and definitely it's emblematic from the Bell & Ross brand. So guys, if you have any comments, please drop them. I'm always happy to answer. I'm always happy to exchange point of views, to have your opinions. It's quite nice to find all the comments that we found in finding the videos that we are doing, and it keeps us obviously motivated to keep doing other reviews. So until next time, have a good holiday rest, keep in health, and let's talk soon about other watches. Until next time, bye bye.